Harrisburg Stampede, Justin Coble with
I
us.
gotta change the freaking...
Oh, there it is.
Basically, they were
It's
playing
Major
Major League with a real game, yeah.
Oh, shit, there's the Hattie.
Welcome to episode 90 of the Non-Other Sports Podcast, the home of sports talk for the average Joe. My name is Jason.
I'm David.
And welcome back, everyone. So let's start off before we get into this first half with the news that our friends at the Harrisburg Stampede have moved up.
I saw that.
And they're in the the National Arena League now?
Actually, honestly, funny enough, I had that up. I was going to bring that up. I was going to. Hold on just a second. I had it.
I'm pulling it up right now. Don't worry. I got it.
Okay.
Yep, the National Arena League. They are joining the National Arena League. So congrats to them. And Bernie, who was on the show, is back as head coach. They got him for another season. So, I mean, it was a big week for them as far as news went.
Didn't they also get the offensive coordinator?
Yes. The offensive coordinator is coming back. But we didn't have him on the show. So that's why I wanted to specifically mention Bernie, because he was on the show.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying that, everybody that's coming back from when, from last season.
So I believe this is what now, an 8 or a 9-team league now, or a 10-team league, this National
I think
Arena League. I looked at it the other day, and I didn't, it wasn't I took a mental note, but not a good mental note, if you know what I'm saying here.
Oh, yeah, we're all mental notes.
But, I mean, they're going to be playing in a bigger league. I think there's nothing but good things to come out of that, honestly.
No, it's great that they actually are getting the recognition for it, to be able to move up and everything else.
Right.
Oh, that's fan. I mean, I'm ready for the season to start because I want to go back.
It's a 9-team league. But still, I mean, it says a lot about how they performed, that they're one of the teams from, what was it, AIF, who got put into the NAL. So congratulations to them. Congrats on Bernie for being rehired. Hopefully we can have him on the show again next season. But I wanted to get into that because I thought that was pretty cool. And, we talk about them a lot because they're friends of ours, friends of the show, if you will. But David, let's get into the first half here. And I feel like you purposely did this one just so I can say that I am a card-carrying member of the Uniwatch community. Should the MLB All-Star Games
Okay,
go...
to start off, I don't have to do any of that. You just, bam, there it is. I don't have to, provoke any of that nature. It just happens.
So, should MLB go back to the look from 1933 to 2019, where the players wore their team jerseys instead of a set uniform design for each division? I am 100% on board with seeing players back in their regular team jerseys for the All-Star Game.
Yes, because some of these jerseys have just gone not a little, but far out there.
I didn't hate this year's National League jersey. I liked the black and light blue. I thought that looked really sharp. The American Leagues, however, after seeing them in play, nude is not a good color for a uniform in any sport. Okay.
No. By far not. I
forget who the pitcher was for the American League, because I was really beat that day, because that was a day I had to go in the office. And that's a longer work day than it is when I'm working from home.
Well, the drive doesn't help either.
The drive is what makes it a longer work day. But I forget who it was off the top of my head, but there was a pitcher for the American League, and I'm like, his skin color matches the matches the color of the uniform. Like, dude, nude is not a color for a baseball uniform.
Nope.
Just like it's not a good shade for leggings, okay?
Yeah, especially leggings.
Look, I know we're not going to see the color schemes of like the 70s and early 80s where there's powder blue and there's yellow and there's red and there's orange road jerseys. Like, it's going to be gray road jerseys, and I'm cool with that, you know. But there's something about
gray is like a neutral color for a lot of away teams.
Right. And this is something I said on the discussion forum on Uniwatch. Having the All-Stars wear their own uniforms would be an improvement. Because let's be honest, the idea of having special uniforms for the All-Star game almost takes the special feeling and look of the All-Star game out of it. There was something special about seeing this team of players all representing their own teams on the field while still playing together.
That's what I was about ready to say. You got all these different teams playing as one, representing their own team as well.
Right.
That's what an all-star is, because you're able to just put aside all your competitive differences and just put on a show.
I mean, we both love all-star games and all-star weekends. The NBA and NHL have pretty much for all of our lifetime have had specific all-star jerseys.
Well, yeah, jerseys, helmets, gloves, socks.
but the difference is that MLB didn't. MLB from 1933 until 2019 did the same thing, where every player wore their respective team's home and or away jersey based on who was hosting that year. So for a lot of us, it's what we grew up with. Right. The other leagues have specific uniforms for their All-Star game, but MLB was different, and I think that added again to that specialness of the All-Star game. It wasn't just, oh, well, what's the All-Star jersey going to be like this year? It's more like, who's going to be where, and how many of these teams' uniforms are we going to see, or, who's going to be the lone person from this team to make it, who's like, because every team has to be representative. So one player from like the worst team's going to be on there just for the fact that they need to have an all-star representative. Who's that going to be? And then what team is that going to be? Like there's things you look forward to visually too, watching the all-star game, that it's different for baseball than it is for, again, the NBA or the NHL. Not that the NFL doesn't have an all-star game, just no one cares about it.
No, you're 100% right on that. Nobody cares about about what's it called, the Pro Bowl?
Yeah, the Pro Bowl. Sorry, I'm an ass.
Well, no, dude, I agree with 100%. I mean, I don't even watch the skills competition for the NFL, or what they call a skills competition.
Every year I want to, and I just don't.
I'm the same way. I mean, I'm the same way with it. I just can't get into it. Or just like I can't get into the NBA one. Now, of course, the NHL, I'm going to sit there and I'm going to watch it just because. Now, don't get me wrong. Lately, their all-star games have just been, or skills competitions have been, I don't know, some of the events are kind of questionable. Let's put it that way. But that's neither here nor there. But
speaking of skills competition,
what?
I feel like we should have did this in the opening, but here's a good segue to it. Congratulations on placing in a skills competition in a recent All-Star game and skills competition.
Like third in accuracy. It's not like I did much. I got 1 out of 4.
Yeah, but third in accuracy in a form of hockey that you haven't played since like 1998 is pretty impressive, I think.
Well, not just that. I was also a goalie at that time, too.
Right.
Not a forward.
So you're playing a position in roller hockey that you never even played before. So you're transitioning from
It's not that I never played in it
ice
before.
after how many years have you played since you played ice? Like you're looking at I'm looking at all the positives here.
Well, think of this. Out of all the years I played goalie, I played maybe one, possibly two seasons as a forward. The rest as a goalie.
Yeah.
And I played a good amount of seasons, but before I transitioned to ice. So then actually now going back to one, playing hockey again, two, roller hockey, and three, skating out instead of in net.
Right.
A little bit of a change.
It is, but I think the fact that you placed it is telling of your natural skill.
I find it pretty cool to do. Can't wait to see my jerseys because I ordered them a week ago.
Well, they should be here soon then.
Wednesday.
There you go.
Got the tracking number for them.
Well, I look forward to seeing a picture. But I wanted to. I should have threw that in earlier, but you mentioned skills competition, and I had to just wedge it in there just a little bit. But congratulations, brother. I'm happy for you. Well earned and deserved over the last 20 some years of playing.
Not that many years.
Yeah. Back to All-Star games.
By the way, are we going in 26?
I sent some to Jamie. I'm like, we should go because, I mean, here's the thing. If I can't get tickets to the All-Star game, I'm fine with that. If I can get tickets to the Home Run Derby, I'd be very happy.
That I think would be cool to see in person. I do think that'd be pretty cool to see in person.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun. But and that's the thing. Like the Home Run Derby, they're wearing their jerseys.
I don't get that. Like, why you?
And that's the thing. Like,
well, don't get me wrong. In the NHL skills competition, they do wear their respected jerseys. They don't wear the All-Star jerseys. So
right, but they used to wear a batting practice jersey for the Home Run Derby, like a specific, like it'd have like national or American on it for the Home Run Derby, and now they flip-flopped it, and I would rather the All-Star batting practice jersey for the Home Run Derby and the home or away team uniform for the All-Star game.
Yeah,
and let's not lie here. We all know why this is being done. The same reason why the City Connects are what they are.
Giant money grab.
It's right. It's all a cash grab. Thank you, fuck you, bye Nike.
Hey, they want to try to make something latest and greatest to keep up with the trends. Too bad when you make color that, a jersey that's skin color doesn't quite help. Or just say nude color.
Oh, it was a bit of a stumble.
Just a tad.
It was a bit of a stumble. But I mean, I think this year's was probably the best of the bunch we've seen thus far. Not that it's been
a great
bunch to look at.
I was going to say, what bunch was there?
Well, there were the infamous pajama ones from 2021.
Oh, right. I forgot about
2022
those.
Was the white National League against the charcoal gray American League. Everyone had gold lettering and logos and numbers. There was the weird camo patterns of 2023 and now this year's.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about some of those. Rightfully so.
Well, I think I was going to say, you're probably better off that you did.
Again, rightfully so.
We probably should get into the meat and potatoes of this while I continue to rant. This stems from fan feedback and player feedback that they're considering it because players and fans think that the current model's stupid.
Well, we don't disagree with them. That's the thing. We definitely don't disagree with that.
And Phil on Uniwatch made a really good point. How much of this is damage control?
Probably a good amount.
Because think about it, uniform wise, MLB has had nothing but issues with Nike officially taking over. Nike's had the uniform contract now for a few years, but this was the first year that Nike and Fanatics made the uniforms. They were still being made by the Majestic factory. This year was the first year they weren't. And you had the issues with the quality of the players' pants, the font issue on the back of the uniforms, the players' unhappiness with the uniform in general, a very expensive price of just the replica uniform for fans. Like, it's been nothing but bad news after bad news after bad news for MLB and Nike this past season. So, what's the best way to combat bad news? Get some good public relations out there. And what would be some good public relations? Listen to the fans about the All-Star uniforms and listen to the players who want to wear their own jersey on the field.
Yeah, I mean, Harper was one of the biggest ones that were saying it.
I was going to say, especially when one of your biggest stars is one of the people complaining about it.
I mean, because I remember, like, what was it, right after the day after it was, we need to go back and such, all this stuff. It's like, okay, that says something when, like you said, biggest name, one of your biggest names is saying, hey, we got to change something here.
I love that Bryce is not afraid to speak his mind on things.
I mean, you need players like that. I know people. I know leagues, and I know some teams always deter from that, but you need it.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Look at Jeremy Roenick.
It's just
he always spoke his mind.
Well, and this ties into what I'm saying with Bryce. I think Bryce is at that point where he's earned the right and respect to just be honest with his answers. He doesn't have to be an MLB guy and everything he answers. He's at that point where he can be critical of Major League Baseball, and the teams and owners will listen to it. Whereas, if he's just a bench, not that, you're just a bench player, but if he's a bench player, it doesn't carry the same weight as it does as, well, Bryce Harper's making this comment, or Mike Trout's making this comment, which Mike Trout don't make comments because he never wants to rock the boat. That's why he's still in Los Angeles playing for the Angels. I
think Bryce has been around long enough and has done a lot to be able to have the right to speak his mind.
Right.
And I think the league will listen, or for the league to listen or consider it.
And I think if Manfred was smart, he would consider it. But I don't know. I hope to see it come back. If not, it may not be a next season thing. It might be 2 seasons from now, but it's something I'd like to see come back.
Well, we did talk about things that has happened on the show, and
we have.
Surprisingly,
we have.
Well, I'm hoping it does. I'm hoping it comes back to where they wear their respected jerseys and not these things. Who knows?
I feel like I need to reach out to Phil from Uniwatch and see if he'll do an episode. That's what I think.
Well, at least one of us is thinking this morning.
Yeah, well, trust me, after this, I'm going to try to go back to sleep for an hour.
Yeah, I don't have that option because I'm not sure if you guys, I'm not sure if you heard, well, whoever will be listening to this probably heard, my dog that was at my foot trying to play ball. Yeah, she was sitting here pushing her Weeble ball against my leg. Like, no, I'm not playing ball. No, not right
Dad,
now.
pay attention to me.
Oh, she will. Gracie will. She will, like, I'll be sitting here working, and she will literally jump on my lap, drop her ball so I could throw it. It's like, you bugger, you. But no, I think Bryce is more like Jeremy Roenick at this point. He'll just speak his mind and not care what the result will be.
Well, and Roenick earned that right. I mean,
And
that's why I
Roenick
was
earned the Hall of
saying
Fame.
I'm not getting too far ahead of myself.
No, Jeremy Roenick earned the Hall of Fame.
I know,
I'm not
but
sure
I'm
if you
saying
saw
I'm
that.
not getting
Oh, no,
far
I'm
ahead
not.
of myself.
No, I'm not saying with that. I'm not. I know where you're thinking I'm going. No, I'm not going there yet. Keyword yet.
Well, I think there's a good possibility, but again, not getting ahead of myself. But
Roenick finally made what he was been hoping for, despite all his little setbacks of everything. But no, I just hope it does. I just hope it changes. Those damn jerseys, they still haunt us.
This year's National League was one of the least offensive. I didn't hate it. Didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. The American League was bad.
The National League wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. It fell right in that in between, and then you have the far oh shit no
neon red and nude.
I mean, you go from not bad, not good, but in between to hell no.
If you're a white guy with the wrong kind of tan, you were blending into your uniform.
So you have American League spray painted on your chest.
That's what it was. There was a player who legit looked, and he was one of those pitchers that wears, like, you know, everyone has their pant, quote unquote, their pant, that they like, the cut that they like. Some guys like the pajama cut. Some guys like the old school cut. This dude had like a 90s skin tight pant, and I'm like,
oh,
what the hell? I said to Jamie, it looks like he's got nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Maybe that's the look he's going for.
It was not a pretty sight. You
Yeah,
thought his bat and balls were gonna fall out. Don't encourage me. Well, I think I'm good on this one. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. So let's call that's the end of the first half. And we'll be right back.